It's Dr. Kaye at the Fertility Center of Las Vegas. I was just listening to a podcast about CGMs, or continuous glucose monitoring. And it's been about a year that these monitors have been available commercially on the market, where you don't need to have a prescription, you don't need to have a diagnosis of diabetes to use them. And most of the time they kind of attach to the skin behind your arm, and they're looking at glucose levels in the interstitial space between the cells in your body. And they give you a report. And I've used these before because I had 2 pregnancies that were complicated by gestational diabetes. So I was required to keep logs and track, finger sticks initially, but then I used the CGM. So I was just Googling, okay, what if I wanted to use this again? I don't have diabetes outside of pregnancy, but maybe it would be good for me to know, what are my blood sugars? How do they change after I eat? How do they change after I exercise? How do I keep them in a target range? How much does it cost to use these every month? And then I started to kind of take a step back, and this is where I thought about, everybody that comes to see me. It used to be the case in the infertility world that I would talk people off the ledge because they were losing it over basal body temperatures. You wake up, you check your temperature, you put it on a graph, and it confirms that your progesterone has risen and you've ovulated. And that used to be the worst of it. But we live in a time now where there are so many devices for tracking so many things. There are rings, there are pee sticks, there are apps that go along with the pee sticks, there are calendars, there are calculators, there are graphs. They're looking at different levels, temperatures, sleep patterns, everything. And the glucose monitor is only the tip of the iceberg. I think, have to ask ourselves, yes, these things are available. And initially the thought is, okay, I'm a type A woman. I'm trying to get pregnant. I'm in this situation because I am really good at what I do. I'm a high achiever. I'm data driven. I love tracking things. This is perfect for me. These devices were meant for me. But that's exactly the flag that I think we should recognize. These devices were made for you because they know that you will spend a lot of money on them. And we live in an anxiety-ridden society right now. So with the holidays approaching, what I would suggest is we're not asking for more monitors and more tracking and more apps and more calendars and more graphs. Let's reflect on what we really need for our mental health. Less anxiety, more time with family, more time off of our screens, less data tracking, and just more time to rest our brains, more meaningful experiences with the people around us. Do all of these numbers really help us get pregnant? In the infertility world, the answer is no. I've got numbers that we can use that will help you, but all of these trackers, they end up spending a lot of money for a lot more anxiety piled on top of the anxiety that you already have. So think twice.